In terms of the HP2 team, I think the HP2 team brings to Itron the spirit of allowing people to speak openly, candidly, and freely about their thoughts in terms of the company's performance, and how they might contribute to that performance. The HP2 team brought the ability for employees to assess each other in a very non-threatening and open manner, which had not necessarily been the way that employees had interacted with one another around the world, particularly because, again, the cultures of our company are very many disparate cultures around the organization, and this allowed for us to speak candidly, openly, and honestly with one another. I think the HP2 team brought a substantive amount of professionalism and really understanding the various cultures that we have within Itron and the associated challenges we have with dealing with one another and what are very complex business issues, as well as just employee interaction issues. HP2 brings a heightened awareness about who we are as an organization and how we interact with one another. They were able to bring about an openness and candidness within the organization that created a culture of trust within our organization that did not necessarily exist before. The ropes course was an experience I had not been through before in my previous experiences, and the ability to work with a team of people from different cultures who spoke different languages and bond with that team and creating a trust within that team was something very special. I think Itron was able to achieve more than what it had expected in its return on investment with HP2. The reason for that is that we were able to bring roughly 220 senior managers from around the world together and begin interacting with one another. The ability for them to once again appreciate the differences that a multinational company brings and leverage those differences within the organization has brought significant investment and significant return to the company, and I believe fundamentally will result in additional returns on a go-forward basis. You know, what was new and innovative within the program, frankly, and a bit uncomfortable, were assessment circles. The ability to speak candidly, openly, and honestly to a group of your peers is a very difficult thing to do, but it does take practice, and once that has been able to be accomplished, I think people tend to interact much differently with one another and begin to trust one another, and that builds upon a much stronger employee foundation across the company. HP2 is an excellent partner. Once again, I think HP2 has taught Itron a number of things in terms of how we interact with one another. As a multinational company, it is extremely important that we are able to work with one another in a healthy way in order to drive the business forward. And HP2 has taught us those principles, and I believe will be a great partner for Itron in the future as well. I would advise other HR directors that the importance of training in general within any organization. Some may call it soft. I believe there's significant return on that investment. The ability for people to work with one another, to build a culture within an organization is what HP2 is all about. And if there are organizations out there that are struggling with trying to identify their identity or create their identity within an organization, HP2 would be an excellent partner. I find HP2 is to be a co-sourced partner in terms of all of our training and development that we offer within Itron. They're very flexible in terms of meeting Itron's needs, training needs, their ability to create an environment and a culture that is about commitment is extremely important to our company, and reinforcing commitment-based management within the organization has been extremely valuable.